All right, let's dive right into the very first chapter of the New Testament, Matthew chapter 1. Now, for a lot of people, this is the exact spot where that New Year's resolution to read the whole Bible just dies. It can feel really dense and, let's be honest, kind of dry. But stick with me, because I'm going to show you how this is actually one of the most brilliant and explosive introductions you'll ever read.
Does this look familiar? You open up Matthew, you're ready to go, and bam, you get hit with this long list of names, so-and-so begat so-and-so, and your eyes start to glaze over. You're probably thinking, is this just some ancient phone book? I'm out. I promise you, almost everyone feels that way. But there is a thrilling drama hiding in plain sight here.
See, you gotta understand, Matthew isn't just filling pages. He's a man with a mission, writing to his fellow Jews. And he's basically acting like a lawyer in a courtroom, laying out his opening argument. And what's he trying to prove? That this guy, Jesus, from a tiny overlooked village, is the king, the Messiah that they have been waiting for centuries. And this chapter, this is his evidence, and he presents it in two incredible parts. Okay, so part one. Matthew has to establish Jesus' credentials. It's like a job interview. To even be considered for the role of Messiah King, you had to have the right bloodline. Specifically, you had to be a descendant of Israel's all-time greatest king, David. God had promised David his throne would last forever. So Matthew starts right there, laying out Jesus' royal resume. Now, look at how he does this. He's not just randomly listing names. He's a master organizer. He carefully arranges this entire family tree into 3 neat sets of 14 generations. And that is totally on purpose. He's showing his readers that all of history wasn't random. It was unfolding in this perfectly ordered way, leading up to one specific moment. And who's the key figure, the anchor in the middle of it all? King David. So, what's the deal with the number 14? Well, this is where Matthew gets really clever. In ancient Hebrew, letters also had number values. And if you take the consonants in the name David, they add up to, you guessed it, 14. It's like a hidden code, a little Easter egg he's planting over and over to just hammer home the point, royalty. This Jesus is from the line of David, period. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, this perfect royal line, Matthew throws in a huge curveball. He breaks all the rules of Jewish genealogy and starts naming women. And not just any women. We're talking about Tamar, who had to pose as a prostitute, Rahab, who actually was a prostitute, Ruth, a foreigner from a forbidden nation, and Bathsheba, who he doesn't even name. He just calls her the wife of Uriah, a permanent reminder of the adultery and murder that brought her into the royal family. This isn't just a family tree, it's a rap sheet.
So why? Why would Matthew highlight all this drama? Because he's making an absolutely profound point from the get-go. This king isn't about perfect pedigrees. His kingdom is built on grace. His family tree is intentionally packed with outsiders, broken people and sinners, to shout to the world that he has come for people exactly like them.
So, after laying out that epic, scandalous family history, Matthew zooms way in. He goes from this huge historical saga to the intimate personal crisis of just one guy, Joseph, Jesus' legal father, and his whole world is about to get turned upside down.
To really feel what Joseph was going through, you have to understand betrothal back then. It wasn't like our modern engagement where you can just call it off. No, this was a legally binding contract. It was basically the first part of marriage. So when Joseph finds out that Mary, his betrothed, is pregnant, and he knows for a fact that he's not the father, this is an absolute catastrophe. It's a deep, personal betrayal, and under the law, it's grounds for divorce.
Now, Joseph had a choice to make. He had every legal right to publicly shame Mary, which could have led to her being cast out or even killed. I mean, can you imagine the temptation for revenge? But Matthew tells us something crucial. Joseph was a righteous man. And for him, righteousness didn't mean vengeance. It meant mercy. He decides to do the kindest thing possible to end things quietly, to protect her from all that shame.
Joseph's plan is incredibly compassionate, but, well, God had a completely different plan in mind. Right as Joseph is wrestling with this heartbreaking decision, a message comes from out of nowhere that will change not just his life, but all of human history. An angel shows up in his dream with a message that flips the entire situation on its head. First, Joseph, don't be afraid, marry her. Second, this isn't what you think. This isn't a scandal, it's a miracle. This child is from the Holy Spirit. And third,
You're going to name him Jesus because he has a very specific job to do. He's going to save his people from their sins.
Think about the weight of that moment. Joseph wakes up, and what does he do? He just obeys. No hesitation. That one single act of faith is absolutely heroic. By marrying Mary, he legally makes her son his own. He's the one who officially connects Jesus to that royal line of David we just talked about, making sure all those centuries of prophecy come true. It's a game-changing moment.
And then Matthew drops one more bombshell. He connects all of this to an old prophecy, saying the child will be called Immanuel. And this is so much more than just a name. It's a title. It's a job description. It literally means God with us. Matthew is declaring that this baby isn't just another king in David's line. He is God himself, choosing to come and live right here with us.
So let's just pull it all together. What has Matthew done in this one chapter? He's laid out a powerful two-part case. First, with the genealogy, he proved Jesus has the legal right to the throne. Those are his earthly credentials. And second, with the miracle birth, he proved Jesus has a divine origin. That's his heavenly authority. He's got the royal resume and the divine reality. He's the complete package. You know, this is unlike any royal announcement ever. There are no trumpets, no parades. Instead, we get a messy family tree overflowing with grace, a quiet moment of incredible human mercy, and a completely impossible miracle. So the question to leave you with is this: what does this strange, scandalous, and beautiful beginning tell us about the kind of king this is, and the kind of kingdom he came to build?